Use the lathe to turn down the ends of this bar to make this little tramming tool. We're going to set the thing up. The advantage of having a nice long arm is that obviously you get better resolution because of the leverage. The disadvantage is it increases the level of frustration because every time you do the sodding nuts up it will move very slightly. The method I prefer to use is to, let's show you. Wind this down until you reach a 0 point. Center the DRO, not center, but zero the DRO on the Z axis. Wind it up. Turn it round. Where are you? There you are. And then come down to 0 and we're reading 0.040. I'll do that a couple of times and I have got it better, but say every time you squeeze, just lean on the damn thing and it's gonna move a little bit. 0.040 over that distance is absolutely fine for what I'm doing. The other way of doing it is, of course, is to just wind this down to its 0 and then look at the error. I prefer that to trying to raise the thing and then move it around, because you risk moving the arm when you're doing that. We'll get it close. I'm aiming to get it to 0.005. I doubt whether I'll do that, but say for what I'm going to be using it for, that'll be absolutely fine. Well, in the end I managed to get it to 0.02 over that distance. So, you know, it's going to be 0.01 over the distance that I'm working, which is, say, going to be more than adequate. I'm sure I could get it better, but I just haven't got the patience, because every time you do the sodding nuts up, it moves it slightly. So this is my little 6-inch rotary table. An 8-inch would have been better, but physically just too heavy for me to lift this damn thing. It has an MT2 taper, and what I need to do is make up something so that I can fit various size pins to locate parts. Rather than turn up a taper, I'm going to use one of these stub end arbor. You can get these in various sizes. I got this one from Trade. Say they do MT2, MT3, MT4, whatever, and they're really quite useful. Just cut that off, and we're going to use again an adapter arbor from Trade, MT4 to MT2, and that will mount directly into the spindle of the lathe. I'll use a 10mm piece of studding all the way through the back with a little plate on the back just to hold it together while we turn that down and face that off. And I will probably put a 6mm hole and a 10mm location so that I can put various size pins in. So we've got the little stub arbor mounted in the MT2 to MT4 adapter, just a piece of threaded rod going through with just a gash bit of stuff that I found just to locate it, stop it wobbling around and keep it nice and tight. Put the cover on and just turn that down and do all the operations we need to safely. Well, that's the plug, if you like, the arbor, and clearly you can see that I got my dimensions wrong. I measured the top of the taper, and I worked out that I should have 1mm of clearance, and I was going to put that down, and that was sized so that it was about 1/2 mil. I could measure it exactly and then just skim off that last piece. I think I know where I've gone wrong, but because the amount it's poking up is exactly that distance there. I'm still not sure how I cocked up, but I cocked up. So I'm going to have to flush that off. All that sawing, it'd probably be easier just to cut it off there. Hey ho. Well, that's the boss finished. I've got a 6mm hole in the bottom if I want to screw stuff to it. A 10mm location, which is oversized because I had to put it back and make it deeper. But that's okay, because I'm going to be turning up the bosses to suit that anyway. I'm not sure, later on I might just flush that off and make brass bushes coming up. I don't know. It will serve its purpose for now, which is to help locate these blanks so that I can make up the back plates for the chucks. And I'm going to have to arrange something to come out to clamp this. An 8-inch would be a damn sight easier, but there you go. Thinking about the chattering I was having when I was trying to part off this bit of 303 steel using this. There's a couple of reasons that I'm going to explore. Number one, I'm going to have a look at the keeper plate at the back. If you really give it a bit of a wobble, there's some play, but that's an easy fix if it's that. More likely, it could be, I suspect, that I need to put a little more preload on the bearings. I can't feel any play, but that doesn't actually mean anything. And say there's no figures to be able to set it up, no torque or anything. But yeah, I think they're the most likely possibilities for that chatter. Now, wherever possible, I will try and adjust the gibs, and it's not always possible, but without any lead screws attached, so I can actually feel what's going on. I'll start with the centre one and tighten it up until I can't move it, and then back it off until it moves freely, and then work to the edge and do exactly the same until I've got it as smooth as possible without any play. Now this has got a hump which I was going to fix. I need to glue it up and scrape it in, but I'm not going to be using the top slide for hardly at all, so it's down on the list of things to do, but it's way down. So before I put the machine away and pack up for the night, I'm giving it a good clean. The process I use for cleaning is hoover as much as I can, carefully brush away any remaining bits, then use a rag. It's difficult not to scratch the paint because you're dealing with metal, but last thing is to degrease it, and I just use the wipes like Gorilla wipes or similar, and once a month, and this is about time, I've just given it a coat of Canuba wax. I'm just waiting for it to dry off before I polish it. When I was an apprentice at #1 model shop, the foreman would come round, and if your machine wasn't spotless at the end of the day, you wouldn't be going home. Simple as that. And so it's sort of been drummed into me from a very early age that doesn't matter what you're doing, whenever, you always leave your machine as clean as it can be. Picked up a couple of chips here and there, and again, every now and then I will go around and just touch these up so that it doesn't get any worse. Inevitably, all machine tools are going to degrade over time, but you can definitely do a lot to keep them in good order longer just by routine cleaning. There we have it, one clean machine ready to get dirty again. One of the benefits that was drummed into us when we were apprentices was if you got the very act of cleaning means you look at things more closely. And there's two things I've noticed in this cleaning session. I've got a leak coming from the plug, the filler plug. It's a fibre washer and it just needed tightening out, but I noticed that there was oil dripping down there. Also noticed that this just doesn't feel right. I'd probably just a little bit of a pickup in there, but I need to take that off, and I'll re-oil everything and just check it. I am going to tighten up the gib at the back. I can feel just a little bit of play there, but I put the adjustments in for that very reason, and now it's been used a bit. I expected this, things to wear in a little bit, so that's not a problem. But everything else is good. Put it away for another day.